It's right on the cusp. This is the perfect time to cube. Once again, Yuri Krivoy is saying to Sander Lylov, you have to continue playing this game for 2 points or resign 1 point right now and we'll start a fresh game and I'll take a 3-2 lead. Thank you very much.
But of course, if Lylov owns that 2 cube, it swings the game with a 5-5 or 6-6 or something. He can then whip it back to 4 and then suddenly he's almost over the finish line.
Yeah, this is takeable, Will. It's not pleasant. It's right on the bottom end of a take, right on the line between a take and a pass. That's why Sander is burning up some of his precious time, and he takes it.
Right, now, so we have a duel to the death, and 6-2, that's an average number, about 8 pips per roll is average, so he needs to roll above an 8, that's what he'd like to do, and that's not quite there, John.
It's his worst number.
5 and 3, he's just, if he keeps rolling these average numbers, he'll be absolutely fine.
Well, I think he's already regretting taking this cube, Will.
Down to, oh, look at that, he took the cube at 23%, and a couple of rolls later, he's down to 10%.
But if he had rolled what his opponent rolled, and if his opponent had rolled what he rolled, it might even be an even game by now.
Hovering around, about an 8-1 shot. 6 and a 3, he keeps rolling more than acceptable numbers, Krivoy, and Lylov has not rolled a tasty double all game.
And it looks like they're going to roll to a conclusion here, and failing a miracle, Yuri Krivoy, the professional backgammon player from Ukraine, is going to take a 4-2 lead in this match to 7.
That's where luck comes into play. There have been 4 useful doubles in this game, and the Ukrainians got them all. So, is he going to give it up? Not quite yet. It's still possible.
Not quite over. It is now. Okay, game number 9. This is the Crawford game, and we have Yuri Krivoy leading Sander Lylov 6-4, and this being the Crawford game, there is no cube in play. Neither player is able to cube. Of course, the trailer with match lie against him would love to be able to cube, but according to this excellent rule that is now standard in worldwide backgammon, for one game and one game only, when one player reaches match point, there is no cube available. So although the cube is sitting there in the middle of the board, neither player can touch it, and this game will only be worth 1 point if it's a single game, 2 if it's a gammon, or 3 if it's a backgammon.
So if Lylov wins this game, John, then he can whip over the cube immediately next game?
Absolutely will.
Okay.
Obviously, if the trailer wins the Crawford game, it will still be match lie against him, and therefore he may as well play the game for 2 points as well as play it for 1. And of course...
and you get into the interesting situation of if Lylov got off to an excellent start with a 3-1 or a double 4 something, whipped over the cube, Krivoy might pass the game literally after 1 roll only, because it would mean the difference between 6-5 and 6-all.
That's quite right, Will. That's known as a free drop, and at this particular score, if Lylov won 1 point on this game, Krivoy would have a free drop on the next game. In other words, it would mean that his take point soars to 51% actually.
Sure.
One of the only match scores where you need such a high percentage to be able to take the cube. Anyway, let's concentrate on the action.
Well, yes, I'm slightly concerned we're not actually going to see the next game, because Lylov is off to a questionably poor start, to say the least. He's got 2 men rather stuck here behind a 3 prime that's got every potential of growing soon. He needs to anchor up, which he's failed to do there.
He doesn't make it up, but he has strengthened his board. Yellow will not attack red when
In fact, this is a very bad number.
has a strong board. Yes, he has to leave a shot.
Okay.
The attack comes only as a force majeure here.
Let's see if we can get this shot hitting 3.
No, it's a double 4. He anchors up. Makes his 2 point, I should assume.
And he's going to make that right. So
Okay, excuse me.
your hotel is already.
He chose to clear the midpoint. He must fancy his chances in the race here. Okay, red is just going for the race here in this critical game. Remember, if red doesn't win this game, then the match is over.
Yes, just one nice big double for Liloff here, and he would actually edge into the lead. So
that strong board for red will prevent yellow leaving any shots if he can possibly help it. An excellent 6-5 to clear his own midpoint.
It's really starting to limp though now. Must roll hard than that.
And we're hearing, Will, that in the other match between Denmark and the Ukraine, it looks as though Denmark are going to lock that match up. Therefore, Krivoy needs to win this match to level this tie and send it into a 9-point consulting doubles shootout.
Well, that's what it's looking like at the moment. He's, well, a huge double there, the only way.